Welcome back to Stephen Follows Instructions. This is part 2 of the series on Protégé. I don't know if it'll be the last part or not. Who knows? You never know with this series. Let's just check my YouTube channel and we'll see if I'm actually broadcasting yet. Your channel. Here we go. Protégé part 2 live now. On Protégé. I don't know if it'll be the last part or not. Who knows? You never know. So I just copy the URL. So now we'll just put a post on Twitter. I wish there was a way to advertise this before I actually started broadcasting, but I still haven't figured that out. Maybe there's a way, maybe there isn't. Who can say? So what's happening? Back live now. Protégé part 2. Building a pizza ontology. Stephen follows instructions. Alright, so am I in fact in the right account? Yeah, I am. Good. Alright, so we'll post that. Notice my text is still big, so that's nice. And then we'll go over to Mastodon and post it there. And here we go. And alright, so maybe I'll get people, maybe I won't. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, I'm the master of broadcasting to an audience of 0 people. So, but that's fine. I don't mind. So anyhow, let's pick up where we were. And where we were was not with Grasshopper, was not with that, was not with that. We were getting started with Protégé. Protégé, of course, is an ontology editor. I mentioned yesterday I still hadn't really figured out how to edit, although we spent a lot of time on the interface and just what's there. Had some fun with the visualization tool. And I sort of wondered about that. You know, learning all the intricacies of what is actually a fairly complex interface first before actually doing something useful. I thought about that, and I see, I can see the benefit of doing it that way, but at the same time, I spent an hour and some on it yesterday and didn't actually produce anything tangible. But we'll address that today. Ooh, hit the red on my audio input. All right, so building a pizza ontology in 10 minutes. Okay, so a quick demonstration of handy shortcuts and features for Protégé 4.5 and newer. I have no idea which version of Protégé I'm running. Well, right now I'm not running any version, but let's get it started up anyways. And see, presume since I installed it yesterday, I assume it's relatively new. Right? Okay, so alright, so I'm just gonna make this so that whoops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Oh, come on. The Java applications, well, I guess all of these applications have the rounded corners, so it's kind of hard to grab onto them to resize windows. There we go. Alright, so that's a decent sized view here. So you should be able to see that, hopefully. So let's see what version 5.5.0. So yeah, 4.5 and newer, we're good. Alright, so we assume you have a basic structure already defined on paper. Well, no. But let's think about it. So let's just pop something open here, and we'll think about it. A basic structure. What is a basic structure of pizza? So, oh, that's the cat wants to be let out. So, see, she thinks it's almost lunchtime, which it isn't really. So, see now. So, we have the basic thing, which is a pizza. And the pizza has a crust and toppings. So, and I'm just free associating here. So let's see, crust and toppings. All right. So, and then we can come up with a few toppings, right? I'm not going to do a whole bunch of toppings here. I'll just do one or two. Control C, Control V. There we go. That's good enough. And we know there are different types of crust as well, but I won't bother filling that out. So, pepperoni. Mushroom. And green peppers, which, by the way, is my favorite type of pizza. So, okay. So, here we go. All right, so and this is your typical ontology, right? I could extend it a little bit. For example, pizzas have names, right? So, or types. So I could say. Yesterday we saw the mysteriously named American pizza, which really was just a pepperoni pizza for the rest of us in the world. Or we could have a Hawaiian. I don't know if that's how you spell Hawaiian, but spelling doesn't count here, right? Whoops, come back. So I'll just draw those. So let's say that's our basic picture. We don't need to be more complex than that. So this is my version of on paper. Now I see that I need to size this so that you can see it. Right, so I got to keep in mind what's actually being transmitted is not the same size as what I see on my screen here. I'm transmitting only a part of my actual screen, which works out well because it means that it's more visible for all of you. And okay, now go away. I don't need instructions. I've been doing this for ages. All right, so there's my pizza ontology. All right, so we've satisfied that requirement. Let's come back. Main categories, list of each kind of main topic, a list of properties and their domains and ranges. Well, I haven't done that, but I've done this, which is good enough. Okay, I'm going to have to break for a second to let the cat out. Poor Lexi. There you go. Out you go. There we go. Alright. Alright. A list of the properties and their domain and ranges. Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. So, okay, that's just the contents. All right, we assume you have a basic structure already defined. Pizza base, pizza top. Okay, base, I guess they mean crust. Yeah, thin crust, thick crust. Topping, they've got tomato, mozzarella, spicy beef topping, pepperoni. Pizza's primitive. Okay, these are names, maybe, of pizzas. Pizza defined, vegetarian type. Okay. It is very useful for a very fast version to know which are going to be defined classes. Deal with primitive and defined classes separately. They don't really tell us what a primitive class is and a defined class. But, I mean, we can sort of infer from the example a defined class here is going to be a pizza that does not have meat toppings. Right? That's vegetarian. If it was vegan, it wouldn't have cheese either. It probably wouldn't be pizza. Right? Cheesy. Well, I don't know what that's going to mean. Extra cheese? I don't know. Okay. A list of the properties and their domains and ranges. So, has topping, has base. That's kind of weird. I get what they're doing there, but gee. I mean, here's the weird thing for me, right? Like, I would probably just put in the word has here. Right? So let's insert text. There we go. Text box. So has. Right? So we have this. And we have this. I'd do it like that. That's how my mind works. But basically what they've done is they combine this has crust, has toppings into one, I'm not sure what we'd call it, predicate, property. Right, but, I think of, especially if we're thinking of, what is a pizza, right? It's a thing with crust and toppings. It's a thing that has a crust and toppings, right? Down here, this thing is named, right? These are naming relations. So I'd be inclined to say, well, actually, if I was going to be consistent, I'd even take this and move this out. There we go. And I'd create a new thing. And we'll call this name. So, because that's another thing about pizzas, right? They do have their names. So here we go, right? So another thing about a pizza is that they do have names. So I'd probably do it like this. Right? So pizza has name, and then these would be instances or types. This is a type kind of relationship. This is a possession or having type relationship. So that's probably how I do it. Okay. So, and this is the thing I've noticed about these ontologies generally, is they get very specific with names of properties, and that just bothers me because, has topping isn't a primitive in English at all. It's two separate things. It has a topping. Okay. All right. I'm not sure if anyone's finding this useful. So far, nobody. All right. Start Protégé and configure it. Okay, so install the appropriate plugins, annotation, template, and matrix. So let's start it up and let's make sure we've got the templates, annotation properties. Okay. And what was the other one? Template or matrix? Annotation, template, and matrix. So, yeah. So we don't have annotation templates per se, and property matrix and individuals matrix. So these are two separate things. So is there a way of looking at the plugins specifically? There ought to be, right? Although again, oh, there we go. Check for plugins. And does anything happen? Nothing happens. Check for, oh, here we go. Took a while. Alright, so all it did is give us new plugins. Or updated plugins, I guess. So property matrix, individuals matrix. Okay. I don't know if that's what they mean or not. Download. Oh, what? Code OWL plugins. So this must be the matrix plugin. Matrix views, it's called. And this is the annotation template view. Okay, so these are views. Annotation property views. And I don't have a template view. So let's see if I can remember how we did this yesterday. Preferences. Annotations. Okay, well, let's download these. So annotation template view. Well, this is in 10 minutes, right? So we're already more than 10 minutes into this. Okay, and matrix, I guess this is the matrix views plugin. Okay. Now let's go to the download folder. Believe it's going to be here somewhere. Downloads. Oh, there we go. Nope. Maybe we'll just. Alright, let's show in folder. Alright, so it's. Alright, yeah, my downloads go to a folder called new folder. It's not bright, but that's what I do. Okay, so this is just a jar file and this is a zip. So let's take this jar file and we'll copy. I guess we'll copy the file and we'll put it into program files, Protégé 5.5, bundles, plugins. Oh, look at all these plugins. And let's paste it into here. Alright, so Okay, org code annotate jar. And then the other one, we need to unzip. So let's unzip it. We have to go back to where we were. Okay. So the matrix thing, so we'll unzip it. So, okay, well, let's just, oh, it's just a jar file. So we'll unzip it to extract all, and we'll put it again in the same place. Plugins, extract, and should be in here now. Forgot what it's called. Org code matrix. This is I love these reverse names that Java loves so much. I don't know why, but okay, so org code matrix. So there's matrix and there's annotate. Now, I don't know if they're available to me, but let's close Protégé and restart it just to make sure that they're activated, whatever that means. Okay, and I don't know if we need to do anything more. Okay, I know we don't need. Well, I don't know if we need these property matrix tabs. Annotation properties, individual matrix. Okay. Now, window, and nothing's okay. Window, views, annotation property views, annotations. I don't see anything related to matrix, individuals matrix, annotation properties. Okay, so that might be those might be the things we need, right? So I'll add those, and there. Annotation properties, individuals matrix. Kind of guessing here, but it's a good guess. All right. So let's go back to the instruction page. Oops, that's not it. Did I close my tab? Oh my. I may have closed my window by accident. Oh boy. I think I closed my Firefox window by accident here. So file, new window. Here it is. And again, let's make it the size that we're working with here. Okay, and it's sort of it. A little smaller. Okay, and let's Control H and see if we can't find Protégé pizzas. All right, good. Here we are. Here's our instructions. All right. So, if you don't have these, download and unzip the following plugins into your plugins directory. We did that. Start Protégé and create a new ontology. Okay, so start Protégé. We've done that. Select create new OWL ontology. Doesn't say where. Probably in file or edit. No, file. New. Select Create New OWL Ontology. Give the ontology a pizza-related URI. Specify where you wish to save the ontology. All right. So actually I have two ontologies on the go here. All right, I've closed Protégé and start from scratch again. Okay. I've opened Protégé. And is it a bit too wide for my screen here? No, it fits fine. Okay. So, File. There's no thing that says, right here it says, select, create new OWL ontology. But there's no option to do that anywhere. So I will guess, see, because I don't see it anywhere. Edit, View, Reasoner, Tools. See, there's something pretty creative. Create axioms from Excel workbook. It's pretty specific. Refactor, window. Nope. So I'm going to select New. And that actually creates a new window. So I'm going to remove the old window. Okay, Untitled Ontology 14. So you get a sense of how often I've tried this. Okay. It's a new ontology. Okay. I don't know how to make it an OWL ontology. Just got an OWL viz and a DO query. All right. Okay. Give the ontology a pizza-related URI. Specify where you wish to save the ontology. Okay. So, is this the pizza-related URI up here? Can I even edit? I don't think I can edit that. No, I can't edit that. Huh. So how do you give it a new pizza related URI? That's just preferences. Oh, this is a mystery. I haven't changed the versions that much. So let's see. Control. Just trying to find, maybe more precise instructions somewhere. Oh, this is 2011. That's not going to help. You always have to date these. Let's make it the last year so we'll get current results. Okay. select create the same. This is just the same thing. All they've done here is copied and pasted from somewhere else. Well, I'm stumped. I mean, I get that you'd want to give your ontology a name of some sort. Create new. It's a new class. No, it's not our new ontology. Active ontology. IRI. That's really similar to URI. So let's use that. So I'm just, yeah, okay, so pizza. I don't know if it needs to have something on the end or not. Okay. Yeah, they all have .owl at the end, so okay, we'll put owl at the end. All right. Ontology version IRI. I don't even know what an IRI is. Universal URI is Universal Resource something indicator. See what IRI is. Internationalized resource identifier. Okay, so builds on the URI protocol. So that's interesting that we have this happening here. Okay. All right, so I've done that. Can I save it? File, save. Save as. Save as. Now, OWL. I have two types of OWL syntax. If you're unsure, use the standard RDF XML. So let's go with OWL XML. We'll save it. And we'll save it. Okay, we'll call it pizza.owl. We'll save it in the OWL file. I guess. I don't know. It's completely opaque. Okay, specify where you wish to save it. I have done that. So maybe I've done these things, maybe I haven't. I don't know. Terrible instructions, I gotta say. All right, configure the UI. Set up tabs you will need and not need. Well, I don't want to set up tabs I don't need. Okay, enable the matrix views. Window tabs matrix and window tabs property matrix that will be used later for fast entry. Okay, let's go back in and see if enable the matrix views window tabs. Okay, so matrix views window This is terrible. And I learned about this before. Window tabs matrix and window tabs property matrix. Okay, I get what they're saying. I will find those in window. Come on. It's stuck. Okay. Window tabs matrix and windows. Well, I got three different types of matrix: individuals, properties, and class. So window tabs matrix and window tabs property matrix. Okay, so I have individuals. Here's property matrix. It's being slow now as well. I don't know why. Okay, property matrix. Come on. Clicking on it, it just doesn't want to go. Let's close this tab. Let's close this tab. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need it just right away. Okay. I'll close a bunch of... Oh, individual matrix, types matrix, individuals matrix. Close this. Let's close it. We're going to close all of these. Alright. So now the only tab we have open is Active Ontology, which frankly, when you start up this program, that should be all that opens up. And then it'd be a lot easier to figure out what you're doing. Alright, so window, tabs, matrix. Now there is no simple matrix. There's class, property, and individuals. So I assume it's individuals matrix that you're interested in and property matrix. Do either of those work? Oh, object property matrix. Oh, how weird. So, object properties, data properties. So the tabs aren't really working very well. I click on this and don't really get anything. So let's close, and then we'll try to reopen under the current configuration and see what happens. Oops, yeah. Okay. Individuals matrix. Property matrix now doesn't work. Automatic update. Okay, so it's busy doing other stuff. Property matrix. Property matrix doesn't seem to want to work. Individuals does. Property doesn't. Before property was working and individuals wasn't. Okay, close property matrix. Individuals matrix. I wonder if there's an update needed for this. Let's check for plugins. That's that little thing that just popped up here a second ago. Matrix views. Current version. Look at this. Current version 1.1.1. Available version 4.0.1. Think that might be a factor? Install. Dates will take effect when you next start Protégé. Okay. So let's close. Protégé. Okay, individuals matrix. Now let's add properties matrix or property matrix. That's better. So we're going to continue to have issues with these plugins. I'm sure it's already seems to be a thing. Object property. Okay, so there is no, again, there is no tab simply named matrix, but we have individuals. Oh. Disable the, okay. Disable the individuals, object, and data property, and classes tabs. You can use the entity tabs for all of these. So let's go back and make sure we have an entities tab. Window, tabs, entities. There's entities. All right. And can we move these? No, we cannot. Of course we can't. We sort of expect certain functionality and then it's not there. Okay. And I'll just make that a little wider. All right. Okay. Set up the renderer and how new entities will be created. Open preferences. File preferences on Windows. Protégé preferences on Mac. Because of course they're different. Okay. Select New Entities tab. In the Entity URI pane, select Auto ID. Okay. File, Preferences, New Entities, Auto ID. Oh no, is there another New Entities? In the Entity URI pane, select Auto ID. Okay. The Entity URI pane does not exist. Let's try running through that again. Okay. Open File Preferences, select New Entities, and look for the Entity URI pane. Okay. Preferences. Okay. Looking for the New Entities tab. Now there is no New Entities tab. Oh yeah, there it is. Way down here. Okay. That's tricky. New Entities metadata and just New Entities. Okay. And then in the Entity URI pane, select Auto ID. Entity URI pane. Select. Okay, so Entity IRI now, because they've changed their terminology, I guess. Select Auto-generated ID. Auto ID, auto selected ID. Okay. When you create a new class, Protégé will give it a meaningless URI and a readable label. That way, if you exchange ontologies, correcting spelling mistakes by merely changing labels won't cause the links between ontologies to break. That makes sense. That makes sense. Let the system name the ontologies. You'll never have to change the spelling. Okay, now select the Renderer tab. So we're still in here. And then render entities using annotation values. Let's find a Renderer tab. Render by annotation property. Is that close enough? I'm assuming it is. Render entities using annotation values. I don't think there's anything else there that could possibly be that. It's weird though, like here's what I'm looking at, and like almost on every step, not quite on every step, but almost on every step, the phrasing in the instructions is different from the phrasing in the application. And that tells me a couple things. First of all, it means the instructions aren't being kept up to date. That's a problem. But also, the developers keep changing the wording in all of their panes and tables and interfaces, and that's really awkward too. Pick something, stay with it. Okay. Set up the entities. Set up is really two words, but set up the entities tab. Okay, select the entities tab. I assume now we're no longer in preferences. So let's select the entities tab. Here we are. As compared to property, matrix, etc. All right. Okay. Add the annotation template view from views. View, MISC views, annotation template. Should probably have a close quotation marks there. All right. Annotation template. All right, so let's do that. Window, views, annotation template. Again, do they mean annotation property views? Wow, this is really frustrating. Add the annotation template view. Okay, view, MISC views, annotation template. So let's make sure I find MISC views. View, window, views, MISC views, or miscellaneous views. Still not there. We have annotation properties palette, but that's the only thing that comes close. There's no annotation template. Axiom annotations. I don't know. Let's pick annotation properties palette. There's annotation properties palette. Alright, there is no annotation template view. We'll just have to move on. See, configuring the interface if you have not, but we already did that. We're doing the right thing. The default views, or the default fields in the annotation view should be suitable, but if you wish to change them, you can do this in Preferences, Annotation Template. Let's see if we can find Preferences, Annotation Template. What are the odds? File, Preferences. So we have annotations. It's completely blank. And there is nothing. So we have one completely blank thing called annotations, and in preferences there is no other reference to annotations. Just looking through here. Reasoner. Nothing. Okay. All right. If you want to save this setup, use tabs store current layout. Note, when you quit Protégé, this is automatically stored and will persist for future versions of Protégé. Okay. But let's see if this actually exists. Tabs store current layout. So let's close preferences. So let's find tabs, window, tabs. Oh, there it is. So it's sort of tabs, store current layout, and I guess that's what happened. All right. Next. Okay. We've done all this setup. Okay. Build the ontology. I love this. Build an ontology in 10 minutes. Although nothing in the instructions corresponds to what's in the program. Okay. Create the top hierarchy. You don't need to do this, but for a variety of reasons, it is good practice. Select the Entities tab. Make sure Thing is selected in the class hierarchy. Select Tools, Create Class Hierarchy. Create the hierarchy with tab, indenting to denote subclasses. Okay. So, select the Entities tab. Make sure Thing make sure Thing is selected in the class hierarchy. Okay. Select Tools, Create Class Hierarchy. Tools, Create Class Hierarchy. And then create the hierarchy tab, the hierarchy with tab indenting to denote subclasses. I'm just gonna copy from this, and then I'll paste it in here. Control V. Now I'm gonna make sure this is a tab. No, you see it isn't, so I'll tab that. Oops. There. All right. Okay, and do I continue? Probably don't want to cancel. All right, so let's continue. Do you want to make sibling classes disjoint? Yeah, sure. Finish. All right. Next, create the skeleton hierarchy. All right. Select independent entity, just like we did before. Tools, create class hierarchy, create pizza, pizza topping, and pizza base. Okay. If you want, you can create the entire entity here using tabs to indicate the hierarchy. But if you do, you can't take advantage of the automatic suffix mechanism. We'll have to type base, topping, pizza for each entity by hand. Oh, we weren't supposed to finish. No, we must have been. It's just here we're saying finish the wizard. Up here they didn't say finish the wizard. So it's kind of weird. Alright, so let's try to follow what they said. We will select independent entity, tools, create class hierarchy. So we have pizza, pizza topping, and pizza base. I'm assuming that these are intended to be indented. I will indent them. Continue. Finish. Pizza, pizza base, pizza topping. Alright. Again, I'd say crust, because is there any other kind of pizza base besides crust? Like, I don't know, porcelain dish? I don't know. Okay. Well, we're making progress here. We're actually getting something done. Finally. Alright. Create each branch of the taxonomy. Okay, this is a bit different now. Select pizza topping. Select tools, create class hierarchy in the suffix box type topping. So that's different. Okay, so pizza topping, tools, create class hierarchy. In the suffix box type topping. Okay, that makes life a bit easier for us, right? And enter the list of toppings. Well, my list of toppings was pretty basic, but okay, so let's do that. Mushroom, pepperoni, and pepper, by which I mean green pepper. I assume I can't have a space in my thingy here, so okay. And alright, come back here. So enter the list of toppings and finish as before using tabs to indicate subclasses. Alright. Like that. Continue. Alright. Yeah, so I guess if I hadn't used the tabs, I would have just continued this list: pizza base, pizza topping, etc. See how the suffix thingy added the word topping to each of those. Okay. Alright. Repeat for pizza base. Well, and then repeat for pizza. Okay, thin crust, thick crust. I wonder why they capitalize all of these. I haven't been capitalizing them. Okay, then return for pizza. Right, I get it. Vegetarian and cheesy. Okay. Okay, so repeat for thick pizza base, thick crust and thin crust is what I'll do. So pizza base, tools, create class hierarchy, tab thin, tab thick, suffix crust. Let's try to spell that properly. All right, continue, finish, Okay, so there's our pizza base. Okay. See, again, wouldn't have you... Well, crust I might have here. Well, I would have called it pizza crust, and then I would have just said thick and thin. Pizza, I would have just called this topping, and then just said pepperoni, mushroom, and green pepper. So it's kind of weird how these things, these classes, need to have such a specific name, right? I mean, is there a distinction between pepperoni and pepperoni topping? No, not really. It's the same thing. All right, back to the instructions. All right, do the same for... Right, let's come down here. So now we need to be a bit careful here. Okay. Repeat for pizza, but untick make classes disjoint. Okay, so repeat for pizza. I assume they mean these three types of pizza. So we get two types here of pizza. I assume that they mean pizza's primitive. Or do they mean pizza's vegetarian and cheesy? Or do they mean both? It's a little unclear. Because we will make some of these classes defined. Oh, so we need all of these classes under pizza. Okay, I get it. Alright, so pizza, we're going to be using all of these. So margarita, hot, spicy, etc. Okay, so I'll copy all of this. Alright, we'll go back in. Select for pizza. And window, no, tool, create class hierarchy. So margarita, hot and spicy, seafood, vegetarian. I don't think I need an asterisk there. Oops, and cheesy. Okay, continue. We will not make these disjoint. Finish. Alright, so these are all the different types of pizza we can have. Okay. Not the way I would have done it, but I mean, this is... But it's interesting because we can be really precise about how our differences, or what our differences are in how we define things, right? Okay. Let's come back down now. Okay. Select value and create the hierarchy for spiciness. Select value. Where? Select value. Oh, there. Okay, select value. And create the hierarchy for spiciness, all with the... Okay, I get that. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so tools, quick press, hierarchy. So spiciness, hot, medium, mild, all with the suffix value. Okay, suffix value. Continue. Do we want to make this disjoint? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's have a look. Spiciness value, hot value. Oh, okay. That'll do. I don't know if spiciness was supposed to have the name spiciness value, but doesn't really matter if it does, I suppose. So it's the vagueness of all here, right? Do they mean all four or all three? We don't know. Choose the value partition. Oh, this is interesting. Selecting spiciness value, and then edit, and then add covering axiom. Okay, so we'll select spiciness value, select edit. That was a right click I did there, but no. Select spiciness and then select edit. Oh, maybe it's an option at the top. Select edit, yeah. And then add covering axiom. So edit, add covering axiom. There it is. And nothing happens, but maybe nothing's supposed to happen. I don't know. I don't know if anything's supposed to happen or not. This program doesn't always. Okay. Open the class hierarchy and check. If you've made any spelling errors, you can just correct them in the label field. Type convenient descriptions in the kinds of pizza and anything else that is not unambiguous. In other words, anything else that is ambiguous or will be defined. The ontology now looks as shown below. Pizza base, pizza topping. Okay, well theirs is a lot bigger than ours. They got all the different types of cheeses, fruit toppings, meat toppings. So, yeah, our ontology does not look like theirs. For one choice of toppings and kinds of pizza. Right. Okay. I don't know even how to create descriptions. Description seafood? No. Do they mean add those other subclasses? Or I don't know. They're saying create descriptions, but they're not telling us how to create descriptions. Okay. Don't know. Presumably there's a way, we just don't know. Object properties. Data properties. Individuals. No, none of this helps at all. Okay, so I don't know how to make descriptions, and this doesn't tell me, so. Okay, open the class hierarchy and check. We did that. That's what it looks like. Oh, yeah, you see all the labels. Do we actually see the labels here? class annotations and annotation template. Yeah, that's the thing that we don't have. So what we have in our version is annotations and usage, but we don't have annotation template. And I don't know if there's any way of getting annotation template. No, it doesn't say template anywhere. Let's just do a quick search. Protégé annotations template tab. Showing results for Protégé. I don't want Protégé. No. Protégé. Really? No results. Huh. Pretty sure it's called Protégé. I'd have sworn it was called Protégé. Yeah, maybe you need the accents to make it findable. Look at, they're using an image from 2008 in their instructions. Just for the record, 2008 is 15 years ago. Okay. Create the object properties. Okay. In the object properties view, create two object properties. Okay. In the object properties view, okay, create two object properties. Relational property and modifier property. Okay. Tool. Create object property hierarchy. Right. Same thing. Okay, so and I'll tab these. Would have been nice to have been told that, but I could figure it out because I'm not that dumb. Continue. Do we want to make these disjoint? Not recommended. Okay, finish. There's our two properties. All right. Create subproperties of relational properties. Has topping, has base. Sure, of course. Let's try to check that again. Subproperties of relational property. Okay. Relational property. Put them in the opposite way. That's interesting. Tools. Create object property hierarchy. Has topping, has base, and again we'll make sure these use tabs properly. Continue. They are not disjoint because the pizza might have both. In fact, it really should have both. All right. And create a subproperty of modifier property has spiciness. Interesting. You know, again, this is the thing about language, right? Would you say a pizza has spiciness, or would you say a pizza is spicy? It depends on the language that you're using. And it seems to me that the person writing these is possibly does not have English as a first language. And it's just little clues like that that make me think that that's the case. Okay, put this in, and we'll tab it. Continue. Not recommended. Alright, so there's our modifier property. Okay. Add the property characteristics. Okay. Go to the property matrix tab. Make has spiciness and has base both functional. Okay. So, properties matrix. Property matrix. Oh, data property matrix. Okay. Right, okay, so it's a bit tricky. You can sort of see it here. For one thing, they just use abbreviations now, func, sim, inv, func, etc., instead of the full name. But I can figure that out. And then we select these things. Okay, so, alright, so there's the modifier property. Okay, so has base, will make that functional, and has spiciness, will make that functional. So has spiciness, will make that functional, and has base, will make that functional. Okay. And fill, okay. Oh, fill in the appropriate domains and ranges. It's here. It is over here. For each of these, pizza domain is pizza, range is pizza topping, pizza base, pizza topping, spiciness value. Huh. Okay. And they didn't say it, but presumably we want these to be inverse functional. All right, so let's add that, even though they didn't say it. And then pizza, pizza, and pizza topping. Okay, so inverse these two. Okay. So the domain, it's a bit tricky because the order's different between these. So the domain for the toppings is pizza, and for the spiciness is pizza topping. Okay. Guess we're discounting the possibility of a spicy base, but that's okay. Pizza, pizza, and then has spiciness. Oops, down one. Pizza topping. Sort of surprised you can't just select from a drop down here, but okay. And then range. Range was pizza topping, pizza base, and spiciness value. Right, okay, so the range. Okay. The range is the list of possible values. And the domain is what that value applies to. Okay. Pizza topping, pizza base, and spiciness value. So. Pizza topping, pizza. Oh, and I've been lowercasing all of these. I don't know if that pizza base. Let's make sure all of these are lowercase just in case. Okay. Can I? Not yet. Okay, there we go. individuals matrix. Uh-oh, I've lost my entities. There we go. Oh, classes. Oh, pizza is capitalized. Okay. Oh, these are all capitalized. Just down here, these aren't. Okay. All right. Again, I don't know whether capitalization matters or doesn't matter. The matrix. There we go. Pizza topping. Pizza base. Okay, what was this last one? Spiciness value is the range. Spiciness value. Okay. All right. And that makes sense. It's interesting. You have to do this all manually. It's quite a bit of just manual input stuff. All right, let's back to our instructions. Go to the matrix tab, which doesn't exist. Optional additional setup. You may find it easier to have additional class description view at the bottom of the matrix tab. View class views, class description, and place it at the bottom. Okay, so let's assume data property is the matrix tab, or maybe property matrix, types matrix. Let's assume. And then window, views, what was it again? Window, view, class views, class description. Views, so window, views, class views, class description, or just description. And we'll put that down here. Description, margarita. Equivalent to subclass of, etc. All right. So if we come back to individuals, make a matrix, I bet you. Oh no, that's not it. Entities. No. Oh, classes. There we go. Right, and I had margarita highlighted. That's why over here, see description owl depreciated. So just annotations and description I think have been depreciated, which is why I'm not finding some of this stuff. Okay, so data properties, description, owl top data property, property matrix, here we go. Description, margarita. So I probably didn't want that here. Probably wanted that in the individuals matrix. So let's remove this here. Let's go to the individual matrix. And right, so and let's add it here. So views, what was it called? Data property views. Let's try to remember. Views, class descriptions. Okay, views, class views, class description, or in this case just description. And we'll put it down here. All right. And there we go. That lets us select spacing, description, spiciness value, description, medium value. White on orange isn't the best text choice. I imagine I can change that. Alright, object properties, data properties. Okay, I assume that's where that goes. And members, that'll be, I don't know, whatever. Okay, back to the instructions. Okay, add columns for the properties of has topping and has spiciness to the matrix. I think we've done that already, or have we? Okay, this is just... Oh, I see. Right. So, meat, M-E-E-T. All right. Has toppiness, has spiciness, some. Okay. Fit columns to content, fit columns to window. Okay. But what are the columns? We need to create these columns, I guess. Alright, so maybe that's in the instruction above. Okay. Right, add columns for the properties has topping and has spiciness to the matrix. Okay, so we need to add columns. How do we add columns? Tool. Is there an add columns? Right, because here's right. Add columns. Again, types matrix. Don't know how to add a column. Oh, maybe this is it. Okay. So let's go up here. Okay. Spiciness value. All right, let's look at see what we're making columns for again. Okay, so has topping some, has spiciness some. Looks like that's for everything. Okay. So, think this is how you add a column. Add annotation column to matrix. I'm just trying to figure out here. Again, the interface is different from what I actually see. We have two different types of plus and then a minus. We're working, this is the class, we're in the class views. Okay, so let's make sure I'm in the right view here. Cancel. Okay. Property matrix, individual matrix, active ontology. Types matrix, class. Okay, class. Add. Let's just hit OK and see what happens. Nothing. Hmm. Okay. Label? No. Delete selected properties? No. Okay, so that's not. That's for adding and delete. Okay. How do you add a column? Right click here, right click here. No. Protégé, add column. Okay, use the add menu in the ontology toolbar, top right corner. Nope. Float, split. Split vertically? No. Control Z doesn't work, unfortunately. Of course it doesn't work. This is Java. All right, let's see. Create a column. So that didn't work. Add column. That doesn't help. Add a column. Let's see if that helps. Add a column. To add a column. This is from 2008. Yeah, that still doesn't tell me either. To add a column. Control F, column. Defining columns. Wow, that's old. To make any new instances. I'm gonna guess it's in tools. No. Create new tab? No. Again, it might not be possible, right? Let's go back to my instructions. Add columns for the properties as has topping and has type spiciness to the matrix. Find the properties in the object. Okay. Find the properties in the object properties palette on the right of the tab and drag them to the central pane. Find the properties on the right of the tab and drag them. Okay. So it was has topping and has spiciness, as I recall. Yeah, has topping and has. Okay, so find them on the right and then drag them. Nothing about dragging has worked before, but nope. Hmm. Drag and drop doesn't seem to work. Let's click on the button, create a new object. Oh no, it just creates a new object property. Add sub-properties, asserted, inferred. Doesn't seem to be possible to drag and drop this. That interface is non-functional. Control C, Control V. Well, you can paste it in, but that doesn't become a property. Oh, and then it just vanished anyways. Columns to content, members. Nope. Okay, it's types matrix. Let's go with individual matrix. Let's see if that does anything. Oh, that seems to work and has topping. There we go. So that worked. If we come back to types, still not there. But the individual matrix worked. But I don't have any individuals. Property matrix, entities, classes, so individuals matrix, types matrix. The individuals, I can, this craziness. I can get my columns in the individuals, but not in the types. All right. Yeah, you never know, right? And there's our green, our blue and our green. Right, add data property. Add object property. Cancel. Okay, so this is interesting. There's a distinction, clear distinction between individuals and properties, and that's fine. So these properties apply only to individuals, but I guess properties don't apply to types. That seems to be the rule here. Okay, add columns for the properties. Has topping and has spiciness. Did I maybe make a mistake up here? No, it was always create class hierarchy, right? All the way along. It wasn't ever create individuals or anything like that. I wonder if that's an option even. Tools, class, create axioms. No. Can I debug my ontology? Press start. Okay. It's both coherent and consistent. Okay, so that's fine. Yes, let's close the debugger tab. Add class, add subclass. Okay. Convert to primitive class. Okay, no, you don't need to do that. Copy as markdown. No. No, none of that does anything for me. Object properties. Yeah, you see, I guess I want these to be class properties. Individuals matrix. Property matrix. Data property matrix. Function domain range. No. Entities. I have no entities. All I have are classes. I have no individuals. There's no Fred or anything like that. All right. I might. See, I can't seem to create this. This is clearly class. It's a superclass, a spiciness, some mild value. All right, let's skip this because I can't figure out how to make that work. All right, return to the class tab. Close the pizza toppings so no others can be added. Close margaritas. Select margarita pizza. Okay. Right click on one of the has topping restrictions in the description view. Okay, so let's try that. Individuals matrix, entities, classes, close. Okay, we've closed a bunch of stuff. Pizza, pick margarita, right click. Select margarita pizza. Right click on one of the has toppings restrictions in the description view. Okay. Description. So we don't have any restrictions here at all. Cancel. Again, whatever they're referring to doesn't exist in my interface. So I don't know how much further I can go here. In fact, I don't think I can go any further. These instructions simply don't match up with the software that I'm working with. The things that are referred to are either not possible or not there, and I've reached a point where I can't proceed further. And just usage. I mean, I can sort of see, I can see the ontology sort of built here. But again, these instructions make no sense. I mean, yeah, okay. I'm just getting frustrated now. So I'm not going to be able to proceed further. So that's too bad, but again, what can I say? It's a classic case study as found in Stephen Follow's instructions. It's not a crash and burn per se because there wasn't any software to crash and burn, but this stuff just doesn't work. And because I don't have a matrix tab, see, go to the, as soon as I go to, see, I don't have a matrix tab. I have a property matrix tab. All right, there's my property matrix tab. Wouldn't be surprised if I couldn't. See, the problem is I don't have any. Yeah, see, what I don't have is a class matrix tab. That's what I don't have. Can I see tabs, classes? No, property matrix, individuals by class, class matrix. Let's go into the class matrix tab. Okay. Here we go. Has spiciness. Want to bet this will work? Has spiciness. Has topping. Oops. Okay, got to drag it down here into this blank space, I guess. Again, the pickiness of the interface. Okay, all right. So let's kill this individuals matrix tab. It was never doing anything for me. So class matrix, right. So that makes sense because everything I was doing was okay. All right, let's come. I was just about to give up too and have some lunch. Okay. So, and now I can put these values in. So it has topping. Has spiciness now. So I can say has spiciness some, has topping some. Now, do I have to type this in? Maybe I do, eh? Okay, hot value, medium value, hot value, medium value. Okay. Let's just be arbitrary. Doesn't matter whether it's like real pizza or not. So, okay, so so let's say pepperoni is hot value. Yeah, what I want here is my palette for my property matrix. Okay, class matrix. Just trying to remember if I ever said anything like, oops, that's not what I want. Property, no. Class matrix, pizza base, thin crust, thick crust, okay. Values, spiciness value, here we go. So medium value, hot value, can I just drag those in? I bet you I can. Medium value for spiciness for mushroom. Yes. And let's give spiciness a hot value for pepperoni. Okay. And now the toppings, right, here we go. This is how this works. So my margarita pizza, let's just say it has green pepper and mushroom. And let's say that my seafood pizza has mushroom and pepperoni. We'll define pepperoni as a seafood here. Okay. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter whether it's real pizza or not. Okay, so now we've created our grid. Finally, I was all set to give up. All right. Okay, so we have our grid. Might be quicker to edit the cells in place. Click a cell and start typing. You can multi-select the target classes. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so we've done that. All right. Now what? Return to the class tab. Close margarita, select margarita. Okay, so we'll return to the class tab. Close margarita, select margarita. All right. Well, let's class matrix. Oops. Entities, classes, close margarita, select margarita. Okay, here we are. All right, so has topping some green pepper, has topping some mushroom. All right, see that? All right, now what? Right click on one of the has topping restrictions in the description view. Aha. So right click on one of the has topping restrictions. And I got this data property matrix. Okay. In the menu that appears, select Create Closure Axiom. Create Closure Axiom, that's not it at all. Okay, nothing like that remotely. All right, so something went different here. So entities, classes, create one of the restrictions. Right click, no. Right click, no. Right click, pops open this, no. Okay, just, okay. Right click. Well, it just takes me there. Okay, select the whole thing and right click. We got nothing. We're supposed to get some sort of menu, but we're not getting that menu. Okay. Right click here. No. Entities, margarita. Cheesy. Maybe this is what is meant. Oh. Sort of. We got a menu at least. Don't get any menus here though. I'm right clicking as I move along these. Right click. No. So what am I supposed to get? Select create closure axiom. This creates an all values from restriction along the property that you've selected. The filler of this new restriction will be a union of all properties. Okay. So, oops. Okay, that just, if I just click on it, it just pops me over to it. No. Okay. So, disjoint classes, I want them to be a union class. Right, okay. So right click doesn't work here. How about just clicking on it? No. Oh, I'm not on Margarita anymore. Okay. Subclass of right click? No. Still right clicking does nothing. Subclass of. Nope. You see what we're trying to do here? I'm just not sure how we're going to do it. Right. See, here's our margarita. It has topping, and we want to make it so that it requires both of these. Maybe down here. No. 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 Show this disjoints named show this disjoints. if I remove that, then all I get is the class margarita. But I need to make it so that it's both of those. And not a disjunction, but a conjunction. Both of these. And I don't see how to do it. That's a problem because if I run an inference or a reasoner on this, it'll take any pizza with green pepper topping and make it a margarita pizza, and any pizza with mushroom and make it a margarita. But it needs to specify both. Okay, I've highlighted both of them. No. Edit. Object restriction creator. Margarita. As topping some existential. Only, min, max, exactly. Some, okay. Let's make it a min. See what that does. Has targeting minimum, has topping minimum 1 margarita. Margarita, no, that's not right. That's definitely not right. So I've broken it. Margarita is not a topping. So let's come back here. Right, okay. Has topping minimum 1. What did I say? Green pepper. And has topping minimum 1. I forget what the other one was. It doesn't really matter. Mushroom minimum. Okay. Now, there we go. So instead of conjoining them, this is a bit different from what they had in mind, but this will do the same thing, right? Margarita has as topping minimum 1 mushroom topping, as minimum 1 green pepper topping. So it's different from what they said here, but it produces the same result. So there is no create closure axiom that shows up anywhere that I can find anyways. Okay. Add the definitions for the defined classes based on existentials. It's usually easier to create defined classes by creating the restrictions individually and then convert the result to a defined class. If you don't want to use all the restrictions in the definition, just select the ones you do want to convert, right click and use the convert. Okay. We don't need any of this. None of this is mapping to anything that's in there. Add the definitions for the other defined classes. Okay, so right, so the other defined class was seafood, and I said some pepperoni and some mushroom, but I want to change that. I want a minimum, so has a minimum of one mushroom and has a minimum of some pepperoni. I want a minimum of one pepperoni. Okay. And so now, oops, we'll come back to margarita. Right, has exactly one mushroom and one pepperoni. Again, not really what a margarita pizza is, but honestly, I don't know what a margarita pizza is. The only pizzas I eat are mushroom, pepperoni, and green pepper. So it shows the cultural relativity of some of these examples. All right, so I've done that. Okay, so save, classify, and check. Okay. Making corrections, and we're done. We are done. I wonder what would happen if I ran a reasoner on this. So I know that to run the reasoner, you do Control R. So let's do that. And that ran the reasoner. And that should tell me that a margarita has spiciness. It should. It didn't. But, okay. Or maybe it should tell me that some green pepper has spiciness of the medium value. No, I'd actually have to write a rule, wouldn't I? That says, if it has such and such, then, if it has a topping which has a hot value spiciness, and we know that pepperoni has a hot value of spiciness, I think. Subclassic pizza topping. Green pepper topping. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Has spiciness, some hot value. Okay. So we'd need to say if the margarita pizza has a topping which has spiciness, some hot value, then the margarita pizza has spiciness, hot value. That's what we'd need to do, but that's beyond this example here. Okay, so that's it. We're done. Verdict? Horrible. Just horrible. I mean, I figured it out. And I made my ontology. But wow. Just wow. This thing here is very, very out of date. I wonder if it even has a date on it. Yeah, page was last modified on May 23, 2016. It's 7 years old. So, is there any discussion at all? No. None. So, yeah, that's really bad. So we'll go back to Protégé documentation. Oops, for some reason that. Alright, so Protégé 5 documentation. There's the quick start guide. Alright, what's next? Building our quick and dirty guide to building Pizzas in 10 minutes. This is what we looked at, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so maybe don't follow that. It's not even for Protégé 5. And there's a lot of stuff that's not there. So, Protégé documentation. Installation, getting started. Views. Okay, these are just all the views. These are all the menus. Class, expression, syntax. Yeah. Has pet, sum, dog. Has pet value tibs. Yeah, see here's the min, max stuff. Okay, and here's the and the or. It's in a different color. Right, because that would have been a better way of defining our pizzas right here instead of min. If we could have used something else, some existential. Yeah, you see, this only gives us sum, only, min, exactly, and max, and it doesn't give us and or. Well, sum implies or. Only is universal, right? Minimum, exactly, cardinality, min, cardinality. So, yeah, there's no. It's numeric now. It's not logical. This is remove annotations. Nothing there. Question mark. Laconic justification. All right. So there's no and. I'm going to look at some of Bruno's ontologies later, and I won't be able to do that live because it's for a project that we're doing. But I'll compare what he's got with what I'm seeing here. I'm also going to look for some more documentation for Protégé 5. Maybe there's something standalone that isn't part of the official documentation. I find that standalone documentation is often better than the official documentation. But that's it. Build an ontology in 10 minutes. For the record, took me 2 hours and 13 minutes. Yeah. Okay, that's it. I'm going to finish off now. So, see you next time on Stephen Follows Instructions. I'm Stephen Downs. Bye, everyone.